just wanted to come on here and talk about another dream. Whilst I was waiting for confirmation actually about another dream yesterday, it definitely was put on my spirit, another dream that I had, and when I was thinking about that dream, I definitely had a very strong sense of urgency that I did need to actually talk about this one. So I will be talking about it today, and after that I did actually write quite a bit down that had actually come to me when I was thinking about talking about this dream. So I will kind of be reading a bit of what I've written more in this video. So this is a dream I had back on the 29th of May of this year. So there's two components to this dream. So first of all, the first part about it, in this dream, and Jesus was talking to me directly about all of this. This is what he was saying to me. So the first part of the dream was talking about the book of Matthew in the Bible. So basically he just wanted me to kind of do a little bit of a teaching, not really. He just wanted me to kind of talk about it in terms of he said that something in the book of Matthew was kind of being misinterpreted, and also he was talking about the commandment, which I think is also the commandment that's in Matthew, to love one another as you love yourself, and to love others as I have loved you, talking about that. And I will go on to explain that in a little bit. And then so it wasn't. He just wanted that to kind of be corrected. Now the second part of the dream was Jesus was talking to me, and he said that he was coming, and that people need to know that he is coming. That is what he said to me, and he said that it is very quick. He's coming, and with urgency, and so quick that if you blinked you would miss it. That's basically the kind of what he was saying to me. And he basically wanted me to talk about that specifically with certain people, but also on here. Now he was saying that it's coming, and it's coming quickly, and that talking about the book of Matthew, if you didn't believe what was in the book of Matthew, you also wouldn't believe that it is coming very soon or now. And I think in terms of that, it's talking about in the book of Matthew there's signs of the end times and of parables and things like that. So if you're not really looking at that and the end time signs, you also wouldn't believe that he's coming soon, because you're not watching. You need to be watching. That's why he gave us signs. And definitely in the book of Matthew, I think it's chapter 24, and it's also repeated in Matthew, Mark, Luke and John, the same kind of ideas, but the parables specifically, and what's written in the book of Matthew specifically. So basically this is what I got when I was reflecting on all this. All this just started coming to my head, and so I just wrote all of this down because I believe this is what he wanted me to communicate about it. Now he didn't want me to share the message straight away when I got the dream, because basically he just wanted me to wait, and I think it's because he wanted me to understand what the dream was about. And up until yesterday I didn't really understand it, and now I feel like I've actually got what he wanted me to say about that. So I'm just going to basically read off here and basically talk more about what I meant. So in terms of the book of Matthew, I believe that at the time was actually a personal message to two of my sisters in Christ. It definitely was a specific chapter 5 of Matthew, but it is about the whole book as well. So as I was reflecting on this and I thought about it, I thought most people don't consider the book of Matthew to be very prophetic, but it definitely is a very, very prophetic book. So I think that's something that's misinterpreted, that it's just a book, it's just telling about Jesus' life. And yeah, it is, but it's also very, very prophetic in terms of the parables that are in the book, and especially in terms of the rapture and the wedding feast, because they that's what a lot of the parables are talking about, the rapture and the following wedding feast. So above all else, it's a good book to be focusing on. Definitely at the moment, it's a good book to be focusing on, and ask the Father to reveal some understanding and wisdom about the book. Now, the second part of the dream is talking about him coming soon, because he is coming soon. He's coming, he is at the door. And about that, I received a word back in April of this year, basically talking about this. Now, what this is, around Passover I had a word that the door was open. So Jesus is the door, and we can only go to the Father through him because he is the way. He is the door between where we are now and his Father's house, because he is the way. And so this door is open, and what I mean by that is the door is open now to those who are going to go in the rapture. Like, it's basically a time frame now that those who are going are being tested and tried and refined, and so it's a time period of them working out who's going to go, who's not going to go, and depending on obviously what we're doing in our lives, definitely. So it's open but not for very long, and I do believe that it is closing, which is why I believe I need to do this video. So yeah, it's during this time frame that it's decided who's taken. It does say in the Bible, Jesus says basically that I will knock on the door, and whoever opens it will come in and dine with me. And I think that's definitely referring to the marriage supper of the Lamb. Now, I'm not very good at quoting exactly where that is in the Bible and things like that, but I do. I think it's in Revelation or Matthew. Most of these things are actually. But anyway, but those who go in the rapture are the bride and also the wedding guests. So this is why not many people will go in the rapture, and this is commonly misinterpreted as well, that everyone believes that if you're a believer you're going in the rapture. But it's not actually going to happen that way. The basically, I won't say pre-trib rapture, but it basically is a pre-trib rapture, but it's only for those who are going to the wedding feast. Those are the brides and those are the guests. Because even in the book of Matthew it says there are many that are called but few are chosen, and that's also talking about the wedding feast. Now, there's also a parable in Matthew. I think there's two parables. I'm not sure if they're both in Matthew, or one's in Matthew and one's in another chapter. I didn't have time to look this up because I've just been too busy, and I need to get it out there. There's two parables about people being invited and making excuses. So basically, it does talk about, that people are invited to a feast or a supper and that, and they all made excuses. So, one made an excuse that they just got married, another one made an excuse that they just bought some oxen, I think, and then, one bought some land or something, and they had to go tend to those things instead of coming. And I think that's important. The parables are important. It's important because, they had other things that were more important, which is talking about the excuses they made, and that's, kind of what's happening now. So unless you make the Father number one in your life on a list of one, and it's just about him, your life's just about him, then you may not be taken. So it's more talking about those people that are a bit worldly, that are more focused on money or things like that than their relationship directly with him. Yeah, it's just about, putting him first and letting him know that by your actions. So the door is closing now, guys. I don't know how much time we have left. I just know that it's closing. So please make yourselves ready. because it's only those that are right now, well, when the rapture happens, it's only those that are up until a point, if they're ready, they will be taken. You know, the bride is making herself ready now, and if she is ready, then she will be taken. But if you're not ready, then it's by His grace that you will actually be left behind, because He can't take anything unclean into His kingdom, and you will be left behind to go through the great tribulation, the last latter part that's really bad, to make yourselves ready through that process and purifying yourselves through that process. So, because, you know, He said it many times, I can't bring anything unclean into my kingdom. So, you know, you need to be making yourselves ready now. So, you know, yeah, so that will be actually a second chance for those that are not ready, or those that have actually drifted off and become a bit more in the world at the moment. So that's a second chance for them to come back and rededicate themselves to Him if you're not now and you're not taken. So guys, I'm asking all of you, you know, Christians, non-Christians, I'm asking everyone to actually repent and turn back and turn to Him before that door closes, because nobody wants to be left behind for the tribulation, I'm telling you. So, you know, be ready. If you haven't been baptized, be baptized in Jesus Christ's name. That's important, and just get your houses in order, make sure you're right with Him. Do not be a foolish virgin. So that's, you know, obviously the parable of 10 virgins, very important parable. So yeah, so do not be a foolish virgin knocking on the door after it's closed, because it is closing. You know, because it could close any day. Like, it could close tomorrow. You know, we don't know, you know. It could close at any time. So give everything to the Father. Basically put Him first in your life, obviously, and be counted on that list of those of the remnant that He calls. Like, I think it's Joel 2:32, where it basically says, there shall be an escape as promised, but it'll be for the remnant that the Father calls out. So the called out ones, you know, the ones that He calls are the bride, and obviously some guests as well. But there is still some time, but it's very, very short, so I ask no one to wait. You know, do it today, get yourself ready today, because tomorrow could be too late. So He's told me that He's coming soon. He's told me that multiple times, basically. But there's not going to be any more delay. He's already been delayed, but now there'll be no more delay. He is coming for His bride, and then obviously He will come at the second coming after the tribulation. Some people, when they look at the biblical scriptures, they get the two events confused. But they are separate things. The rapture, you know, no one's going to see Him. You know, His bride is taken to Him. He doesn't come back, and that's why, you know, people think there's no rapture, because, you know, He comes back and at His second coming, and He doesn't come, you know, 3 times. But it's because we go to Him in the rapture, not that He comes back. So it is really time just to purify yourselves and your garments so that they may be white, because we are going home soon. It's something to be very, very excited about, guys. So trust in Him and only Him, and make sure you focus on Him and Jesus, because Jesus is the way, the truth, and the life, and only through Him can we go to the Father and the Father's house. And He said, you know, I go to prepare a place for you. You know, my Father's house has many houses. You know, if it were not true, I would not have told you this. But basically, He said He would come back and take us to be where He is in heaven, and that's the rapture, not the second coming. So that is the word that I got to share when I asked about the confirmation about another dream yesterday. This is what I all had. It just started coming out, and I just wrote it all down because I feel like this is the message that He wanted me to put forth. So guys, please heed this warning. So it may be the last one that any of us all get. And of course, pray. Always pray about everything. You know, just pray to Him. Pray to Him about this message. Ask Him if it's true. Ask Him about, you know, the event. Ask Him if you're going or what you need to do, or just pray to Him. That's all you got to do. Is just, you know, try to put Him first, and if you're doing things, just try to dedicate it to Him, basically. So, you know, I love you guys. I love everyone. I love you guys, and trying to get this message out so that hopefully, you know, people may listen. I really hope they do. And I really just hope that I see you guys up there very soon at the wedding feast. It'll be really exciting. The best time in history. We're living in such a great time. But guys, just please pray and repent and be counted on that list before the door closes, because it's soon. I just know that it's soon, and I definitely, as I said, very strong sense of urgency. The dream was very strong sense of urgency when I woke up. So guys, please just heed this warning and get right with God. And I love you all, guys, and I will see you again soon. Thank you, guys.